Cabbage Patch. Hey.
Oh, I could do that.
Or the
Okay.
snake. I do the
Cabbage
snake
Patch.
too. Hey.
Okay.
Hey. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Glam Parents. Today, I am going to be interviewed by my co-hosts, Dahlia and Maisel. Let me bring her in.
Hello, everyone. This is Della and Maciel coming at you from Long Beach. Well, today we are interviewing the lady of all hats, Miss Spice C. Cassandra, party planner, all you people. Pastry business. She's doing a new. She's producing another new show called The Rail.
USA.
She has too many hats. Ladies and gentlemen, may I please? And the tables are turned now because I get to interview her, Miss Cassandra.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Dahlia. It's so awesome to be here. It's so fun to have you as introducing me this time.
She's already laughing. It was
Exactly.
my English teacher 5 minutes ago. Miss Cassandra, dear, you know, I've known you going on 2 years thanks to our friend Mr. Edgar, rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
You are the hardest working girl I know in show business.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are. She is an entrepreneur, self-made, businesswoman. I can't even say all the hats. So I'm going to turn it over to her. Sweetie, tell us about your business, your entrepreneurship, being a grandmother. But first, tell us about yourself. Where are you from and how many hats are you really wearing?
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Cassandra Bautista. I'm originally from hot-ass Phoenix, Arizona, but I live now in cool, calm California. I don't know about calm, but cool California. I do wear several hats, and I have for a long time. I'm producing a couple shows. I'm creator of a pastry business. I do several things such as like a notary, paralegal degree, minister of marriage, and some secret titles that you guys may never know. And I am excited. I am a grandmother and I have 2 grandchildren. One is 2 years old and I have a newborn grandson who tomorrow will be a whole month old.
Miss Spice. I mean, I would call her Cassandra when I first met her, but now we're friends and I'll say Miss Spice. That just fits you.
Thank you.
You thought of this show, which is fantastic. And she
Glam Parents. I called it Glam
Parents.
Yes.
And she said this a couple of years ago and she did it. She made this show, Glam Parents. And she's not just going to be interviewing women. Also, she has a few friends that are grandfathers, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
And so what city are you representing today, girl?
Well, today I'm in Marina del Rey, which is close to Venice Beach area and not far from LAX, which is Los Angeles Airport if you're not in California.
And I'm representing Long Beach. I could say more, but I won't.
Mm-hmm. I used to live in Long Beach.
And sweetie, how do you feel about being a glam mom the second time?
It happened so quickly. I was in disbelief because my first grandson's 2 years old and now there's another one. It's crazy because I feel like I'm a young grandparent and being a mother came fast and being a grandmother came super fast as well. So I'm kind of like in shock a little and still surprised. You know, it's a new stage of life. So I'm just getting used to it.
And have you helped your daughter with the every 2 hour feedings? We all remember those.
Honestly, no. 2 hour feedings. I've spent some time with my daughter, but I'm like you mentioned, I wear many hats. So most of the time I'm working. So I see my daughter here and there. She lives in the city, like 30 to 45 minutes away. So I don't think I'm like the traditional grandmother from back in the day. I work a lot of hours. So it's a little different.
Sounds like 2024 to me.
Yeah, true.
So, Miss Spice, are you the first one in your family that is a entrepreneur?
In my intermediate family, I am, but I have cousins that also own a restaurant in northern Arizona. I didn't grow up with them. I found them recently within the last 5 years. So I wasn't raised with them at all. And my dad is a businessman as well. So, but in my intermediate family, it's me. I am the first.
So, do you think you take after your father of being a go-getter, business owner?
He does his own thing. I created my own lane. I would say that.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I wasn't raised with him as well, so I didn't meet him till later in life. So no, I've done this on my own.
How many businesses do you do and you handle?
Well, I have my pastry business. What else do I do? Notary, paralegal. I do some other business that you guys might not know about. So a few of them, a few different businesses.
Mm-hmm. And do you see your daughter going into your footsteps of being an entrepreneurship?
I would hope so, but at this stage in life, like she has different goals than me. A lot of things that I try to push onto her, the more I try to get her to go in that direction, it's like she wants to go the opposite direction. So yeah. I don't know. Hopefully in life she'll pick up something and create her own business. Actually, we talked about her creating a nail shop business. I was telling her that she can own a nail shop business and have other employees work for her. And it seems like she rather just have the business to herself, just with her and her own clients. So maybe in the future she will. And she's also talked about a car wash. And I'll support her in any of her businesses. I even tried to get her and her former ex-boyfriend to open a restaurant, but they're young, and when I was that age, I really wasn't that focused either. I was still in school. So maybe as she gets older, she'll change her mind.
How old were you when you became a grandma for the first time?
Well, I'm 48 right now, so I'll say like 46, it sounds like.
And when you knew you were going to become a grandma, did you want a boy or a girl? Be honest.
I love little boys. Even when I had my daughter, I was kind of hoping for a boy back then, but I love my daughter. She's almost the same as having a boy. She's kind of like tomboyish. She's a little bit rough. So she's a girl, but she's kind of got some boy traits. I've always loved little boys. I don't know what it is, but I think they're so cute. So I'm excited to have 2 grandsons. They're so adorable.
Yes. What is the best thing you like doing with your grandbabies?
Well, like as I mentioned before, I don't get a lot of time with them, but what we have done, we'll go out to eat. We went to the botanical gardens together, and that was so fun, looking at the peacocks and the beautiful scenery, like the landmark and the history of the place. So we spend time together here and there. Oh, and also before we go, we did create like a YouTube channel, and I enjoy reading books with my grandson as well.
Oh, that is wonderful.
It is. It's fun.
What are your hobbies when you're not working and wearing all your business hats?
Honestly, I think I'm pretty lucky. My hobbies, I like writing and I like artwork. And so as a filmmaker or a TV show creator, the hobbies that I'm interested in, I'm working in. So they kind of like go hand in hand.
Oh, that's
I like shopping too. I like shopping, online shopping. Spending time with family and friends, I think, is what I enjoy the most, and with a boo like my boyfriend. Those are some
the
of the things I enjoy.
mystery boo, guys. We don't know who this mystery. Maybe one day we'll get a show and he'll make an appearance. We'll see. What do you want to tell your grandsons as they get older about maybe making their own business and being their own boss? Would you bring that up to your grandchildren as they get older?
Yeah, and honestly, I've seen some really young entrepreneurs online.
Yeah.
So they might have a business before they even know how to read and write with this grandma right here. This glamma. Yeah, I will definitely talk to them about being a business owner. I'm really going to push for it. Hopefully that'll be something they're interested in.
Yes, wonderful, dear. Now, tell us about your newest project
Okay.
that you're going to be a producer in.
It's called Rail Trip USA, and it is about a host who travels to different locations on the Amtrak train.
Oh, so does that mean you will be interviewing different people about their trips and?
That means our host will. He'll be going to different locations, interviewing people, catching footage of the beautiful locations, interacting with some of the employees at these different places, interviewing with some of the employees of the Amtrak. We're going to spotlight a lot of the different features of Amtrak, a lot of the benefits, things like that.
Wonderful, wonderful. So who is this person that you're producing for?
My friend Craig C. Chen, me and him we have been friends for like several years, and we're both entertainers, and wear several different hats as well.
Well, that's wonderful. And where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Do you see yourself in a relationship or still wearing your 12 hats?
I like wearing different hats, and I've always had my hand in a few different things since high school, honestly. So I enjoy being in a relationship. Hopefully the person that I end up staying with will be a partner. And I've met successful people who they have business partners as their companion. So that's what I'd hope for. And you know, I don't want to spend all my time working. I want to, you know, have balance. I want to have a family life and still be able to, you know, be involved in entertainment and arts as well.
Wonderful, dear. What are your favorite foods that you like to cook?
Honestly, I'll be honest with you guys. I do not like to cook that much. I enjoy baking more than anything. And if I do cook, it's small things like I like making like shrimp fajitas, fish tacos, 7-layer dips, things like that. I don't cook that often. My grandmother used to cook amazing food, but I didn't pick that up. And to be honest, I shared this story with all my friends. It was like, she used to say, like, if you don't cook, you're never going to find a husband. And I was like, well, I don't want no husband, man. You know, I don't need to cook to find. And honestly, I've been so lucky. Most of the guys I date, they cook, you know, and I love eating their food. So it works out for me. If that's what they like to do, I love it. I love it. It's an act of love, and I enjoy when they cook for me.
And do you think it's very important as being an entrepreneur to spread the word and showing women, young and old, to be our own boss now in these years of 2024? Things have changed. Do you see the tables turning? Like, men used to be the breadwinner. Now us women have come up and like, well, I don't need a man, or I have a boyfriend, but I'd rather do my own. Do you like to encourage that in women?
I think it's amazing if you can have a relationship where both of you guys are adding your part. But I also, a lot of my life been single too. So I think it's important to be a business owner because you get to create your own rules, and
Yes.
it's having your own lane, and you create your own income, and you create jobs for other people. So it's like a powerful position to be in. You're helping other people's lives, you're changing lives. So I think it's important to encourage women to be entrepreneurs, and they do it so well. Like 2024, like women are like heading like billion-dollar companies, so it's wonderful to see how things are changing. And honestly, we've always been the backbone of society. So we just haven't been given like as much income or as many rights, but we definitely have been doing it for the longest. Like society would be nothing without us. We've helped all the great campaigns. So I definitely hope to see more women pushing forward in business. Yes.
Yes. Wonderful. I had another question. Okay, now that it's summer, you have anything planned before summer ends with your grandbabies? Well, not the newborn, but maybe the 2-year-old.
Well, before I had talked to my daughter about doing a glass bottom boat tour.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Maybe go to Legoland. I love amusement parks. So just spending some time with them. I like to go to different attractions. I think it's important to get out the house, enjoy the sun and
Yeah.
see some new environments. Yeah.
As a grandmother, and I, I have a lot of opinion about this. Do you think it's healthy for these young kids, as young as, oh my goodness, these mothers nowadays put the phone with the kids? Don't you think the phone nowadays are taking away of our ways of growing up? Hopscotch, bike riding. What is your take on young children with phones as being a grandmother?
Oh, you know what? I agree, because I think it can be like too much eye strain if you're looking at the computer or your phone all the time. There's pros and cons of it, because some of these children, like, they're learning math a lot sooner than I did, and there's a lot of programs on there, a lot of apps. And my grandson, he watches a show, and like he's learned so many different like vocabulary words. So some of it's really impressive. There's some great teachers online. So it just depends. Like, you don't want your kid just watching like YouTube 24 hours a day,
Of course not,
so,
right?
Balance once again. Yeah. So I think there's pros and cons, but I do not like to see like parents walking through like the intersection and they're on their cell phone and they're not paying attention to their kid as they push them. So yeah, like, be aware of what you're doing, pay attention, and put your kids first. That's what I would say.
Yes. And what do you think about these young mothers nowadays that are giving our kids the phone as early as 1 or 2 as like a babysitter?
I don't think it should be a babysitter. I have seen some kids on the phone like at as early as 2. My niece was one of them. My sister works, but I don't think she was doing it to like not pay attention to her daughter, because she's a great mother, honestly. Sometimes it's good, they're learning stuff on there, like a lot of different programs. But no, it should not be your babysitter. That's horrible if your child is sitting there watching like videos all day long.
And do you think, do you get any advice from your mother, or if your grandmothers are alive, of how to be a grandmother, or are you doing it your own way?
Well, honestly, my mom and we like conflict. It's kind of good. I'm starting to understand a little bit more of her. Like, she does a lot for my daughter. Sometimes it gets on my nerves, but I think she means well. So I give it to her that she means well. Sometimes I think she's overstepping her boundaries, but that might be just part of being a grandparent, because now that I'm a grandparent, I still feel like that's my baby, right? So I'm starting to understand a little bit.
So you're understanding your mom more because you're also a grandparent. And, we end up saying sooner or later, oh my God, I sound like my mother. Oh
Mm.
my God, I'm acting like my mom.
Uh,
Uh, how do you feel as a grandmother when if you want to discipline your grandson and your daughter will tell you, well, that's my son. Don't tell my son anything. Or this is my son now. I'm going to raise him the way I want. What is your take on that where our adult kids tell us this?
you know what? My daughter knows how I am. I respect what she's saying, but if I see that there's an issue, a greater issue that puts my grandchildren at jeopardy, then, I know the law. I worked for the Attorney General's office before. I worked for CPS kids. So I'm very aware of law and various rights for like grandparents and the children as well. So I respect her as long as she's not breaking any laws or like injuring my grandchildren or putting them in jeopardy. So we just try to have like a respect, but my daughter knows how I am as well. And that's why she's the way who she is as well. We're very tough. We're very strong-minded, but she knows I mean well for her as well.
Yes. And how did your mother see you now? Like you're a grandmother also, and you're like, she sees, it's wonderful that we can see our kids become a grandparent also to live in this times as, has she ever mentioned anything to you like, wow, I would think that I'd be seeing you as a grandmother also? Because it became a great great grandmother herself, right?
Yes. Um, she just says like your second grandma. She tells the grandchildren that. We haven't had a big discussion on that, to be honest. I haven't heard anything pertaining to that, honestly.
Okay. And so when does your new show start? The rail.
We're just in pre-production right now, so I'm not sure when it starts, but we are already meeting for it. So I don't have a definite date.
And I wanted to know if you could tell the viewers, are you still doing a music station, or are you getting back into interviewing? Or
I have an online show. It's called the Los Angeles Renaissance Show. It's still there when I need it, and I've worked at different radio stations, but right now I'm focusing on my shows, so I think I'm putting more energy into that. It's there though if I need it.
and can you tell us who have you met in interviewing in your music time? Who is the most famous person you've met? We want to
In
know.
in music
Yes,
that I've interviewed or just in general that I know.
interviewed.
I don't honestly know who's the most famous. And one of the people that I did interview or have on as a guest, he was the guy in Madonna's music video. He's an actor. He was in Madonna's music video. He's like the lead in it, the main character. I had him as a guest. And I have a lot of different artists that I've interviewed throughout the years. There are a lot of upcoming artists. So I don't know exactly who it'd be, but I know different people. I know like successful entrepreneurs. I know people, well, I know Easy E's kids. I know, let's see, South Central Cartel. I know them as well. I know Waniac, which is Snoop Dogg's cousin, and he's from the group called Twins. So I know a
Oh,
lot of different people. I know Dr. Dre's son. I know Suge Knight's son.
wow. Wonderful. Wouldn't it be nice if we all could see her and sit with her and see her do all these interviews all at once? You should do what is it, a reunion?
Yeah, that might be interesting. And yeah, I do talk to them about it. Sometimes I don't understand why they don't do a lot more collaborations, but I think they're just trying to hold down their own, their own network sometimes or their own music endeavors. So a lot of times they don't collaborate, but I have talked to them about that before.
And who would you like to give a shout out to and thank for the time you started your entrepreneurship to now? Is there anybody that has been there supporting you and telling you to do this and you can do this. And is there anyone that they have always been there that you want to give a shout out to today?
Who has always been there for me? Well, you know what? I don't know if they've been there with me all the time, but I love my instructors, my teachers that I've met throughout the years. They've been the most inspiring people to me. And I also want to say thank you to all my Uber and Lyft customers. A lot of them are my pastry business customers as well. And a lot of them also follow us on our YouTube channels. So shout out to all of you guys. I love educators. Like, I wouldn't be who I am without them. Shout out to my mom. She gets on my nerves sometimes.
God bless her heart.
Still my mom. So, and shout out to, like, let's see, who else? Just my family and my close friends. Thank you guys for supporting me. Friends come and go, but my real ones that I've known for many, many years, like, I love that they've been there supportive. Like in Arizona, I have some of my best friends. There's like an open door for me if I ever need to come through over there. They try to help me out as much as I can. So thank all my Phoenix, Arizona people.
Very nice. Well, how can our guests, our viewers out there, get in touch with you? She's got so many handles. I'm gonna let her handle this.
You guys can find me. You guys can search my name, Cassandra Bautista. The last name is spelled Bautista. And you guys should be able to find my different web pages on there, web links, and Instagram. I'm on Twitter, LinkedIn, on all those different platforms. So you could just search Cassandra Bautista.
And Miss Cassandra, before we finish this wonderful interview. Do you have any dance moves that you like to do that we could end this show with?
Okay, like Cabbage Patch. Hey.
Oh, I could do that. Okay.
Or the snake. I do the snake too. Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
What is your day going to be finishing up today, after today? She has so many hats. Who knows where she's going, what country she's in.
Can you ask me that again?
What are you going to do today to continue your day of entrepreneurship, or is today a relaxation day for you?
It is definitely not a relaxation day. My daughter's birthday is tomorrow. She's turning 27. So I'm going to be making her a banana cake that she asked for. I have a business meeting this afternoon at 5 with Craig C. Chen. And then I might meet up with some other customers later in the evening. We shall see. So that's what my day looks like. Thanks for asking, Delia.
Well, that's wonderful. And thank you for turning the tables, Calaripi. Be careful there. I can do a show too.
Okay.
Thank you guys for this opportunity.
Yes.
Turning the tables.
Mm-hmm.
I love you for everything that you do.
Thank you.
You are me, my motivator.
Thank you.
And she is just wonderful. I mean, who doesn't like spice?
I do have some people that probably don't like me. I could be a slave. I could be a slave driver too. but I mean well from my people that I work with. It's not out of being mean or evil. I'm just trying to help them.
You get kind of rough.
I can get rough, but sometimes you got to.
I know.
I didn't get 18 scholarships from sitting on my ass. I worked hard. Yeah. I didn't work for the largest law firm in the state by just sitting there. I had to actually do a lot of work.
You got to get up and go get it.
Right. Exactly.
Well, have a wonderful birthday tomorrow with your daughter. Happy early birthday. 27.
Thank you, Delia. Have a good day too with your family as well.
Okay, honey. Love you.
Love you too.
Thank you all.
All right. See you later. Thank you, Delia.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for watching Glam Parents. If you are a spectacular Glam Parent and you'd like to be a guest on our show, please email us at glamparentsonly@gmail.com. Or if you have a wonderful grandparent or Glam Parent, please send them in our direction. Email us once again at glamparentsonly@gmail.com.